Good evening, everyone. Welcome to prayer time. First prayer is that I'm hoping this is going live on YouTube and Facebook. I've got no idea. I'm going in blind faith, but anyway, it's gonna be a journey. So if you're tuning in live, welcome. My name is David Daniels. Some of you may know me. Hopefully, most of you may know me. Some of you may not. Just give a quick introduction to me. So, little minute summary of my life. Don't want this to be all about me. So, first 4 years of my life, barely spoke at all. Had to have speech therapy. I would describe it as being crippled by shyness. Fast forward to 2016, started public speaking via Facebook Live videos. And part of that public speaking journey was doing a Facebook Live show called Prayer Time, which I ran from middle of 2016 to partway through 2017. And then from there, I've gone on to speak at my church. I speak with a speaking group now. I've written a couple of books. If you want to find out more about me, then yeah, just Google Shyman Speaks or check out YouTube. You'll find it. If you want to find out about me, find out. This is not what it's about. So, what qualifies me to host this prayer time? And nothing really. Nothing. I haven't got any degrees. I haven't got a doctorate in prayer. So I was brought up as a Christian, came away from my faith, came back to faith for myself. So I know what prayer is, but there's nothing qualifies me to host this. I believe that prayer is a gift from God. And many of you may not know what that is, what that looks like. So I just felt in my heart to kind of share this gift. And one thing I want to say is it's not me. I have this gift to give. It comes from God. Anybody can access it at any time. I just want to facilitate a platform for people to share their prayer requests. I just want to get out of the way. Like I say, I'm not qualified to do this. I just felt it was in my heart, especially with what's going on. I've been in self isolation for the last 2 weeks. One of my children came down with some symptoms, and since then, another one's come down with symptoms. Hey, we got our first view, I think. Hey, Karim. Karim is a good friend of mine. Thank you, Karim. At least I know I've got one person who managed to tune in. I'm not sure if this is going out on Facebook, but we're on YouTube, so that's great. Good to have you with us. Good to have you with us. So yeah, two of my children are showing symptoms, and it was really about a week or so ago. I felt like I really wanted to do something with the whole coronavirus epidemic. I really wanted to do something. I'm a man of action. They were talking about volunteer army and what have you, but I couldn't physically go out. And a friend I've come to know via social media, Carmen Habibi, I noticed on her Facebook she was doing a prayer. And then at my church as well, we started doing prayers via Instagram and Facebook every night at 7 o'clock. And it just got me thinking about what I used to do with prayer time. And I thought, it's time to bring this back. It's time to bring this back. So I've got no idea how often I would do these, how long I would do it for. I just had that seed planted, and I'm just gonna run with it. And however it blooms, it blooms. So, what is prayer? I think there is something innate in all of us that when situations are tough, whether you called yourself a person of faith or not, that just something that sometimes you just want to cry out for help. And that is for me, one definition of prayer. And part of me doing this is partly to kind of educate people who may not know what prayer or think they've had an experience or been told something what prayer is and it might not necessarily be that. And part of this is for myself as well. I know something of prayer, but there are many levels to prayer. And through taking this journey, I hope to learn a lot more about what prayer is and what it is. So I've had a look, I've done my research, and I've got three definitions of prayer from three different sources. So where do you go firstly? Firstly, you go to your dictionary. So I went to the Collins Dictionary, and it says prayer is an activity of speaking to God. It's speaking to God. Who is God? I'm not going to go deep. But this is not going to be, like I say, a church. Um, I believe that God is the creator of everything you see. And perhaps another time I'll share more about my journey. I'll come to that conclusion. So, I don't care what faith you are. I don't care if you feel no faith. Please send in your prayer requests and a request. This is not what it's about. Like I said, I believe prayer is a gift that's been given from God to each and every one of us. And if I can help facilitate that in some way, then it'd be an absolute honor to. So just want to get that out of the way. So that's the textbook answer to the Collins Dictionary, which is a good definition. It's also a two-way thing, and I'll touch on that later. So then I went to a Bible dictionary. This is Easton's Bible Dictionary, and this is maybe a little bit more truer reflection. It says it's a converse with God. That was the first thing it said. It just goes on to more, but it says converse with God, and that word converse relates into conversation. Now that is a two-way thing, and I think perhaps things, experiences, or definitions I had perhaps growing up was that you talk to God, you pray to God, but it's a one-way thing, and it's a two-way thing. And part of what I'm trying to learn to do is just come to God in prayer, but not necessarily talk. Give Him a chance to speak back, and there's different ways He can speak back. So that for me is a bit of a truer election. We're a truer definition. Get my words out. And then I had to go to the ultimate source. The ultimate source, can you guess what it is? It's the old Urban Dictionary. So this is what the Urban Dictionary says, definition of prayer. Here we go. Although not promoted by public schools, it is the most popular study technique of high school students, typically used mainly before a test. Let me read that again. Urban Dictionary, definition of prayer. Although not promoted by public schools, it is the most popular study technique of high school students. Minutes. And they let me guess. Is the truth. That is prayer in action. I love that one. Urban Dictionary. So there you go. So it's all about communication and about conversation. It's letting God know what's going on in your life. Now, one of the questions, and I don't want to try, I want to try and get a balance of this. I don't want to try and go too much. Things that questions you may ask, and I ask lots of questions. Is that, well, if God is the creator, if God is all knowing, and He knows what's happening with with coronavirus, and He knows what's going to happen past that, why do I need to talk to Him when He knows it already? Try and put this simply. God, when He created us, He didn't make robots. He didn't make robots. He gives us the ability, something called free will. So He gives us the ability to make good and bad decisions. And the reason that He created us as human beings, not human doings, but not robots, because right from the outset, He wanted to have a relationship. You have a relationship with someone, you communicate with them. And I think hopefully that's a basic way. So although God knows what's on mind and what's He wants to have a conversation, speak to us as well, and let us know what as well. So that's where, hey Hannah, how you doing? Good to have you with us. So that's why it's a two-way thing. Okay, so if you don't remember anything else, just remember the Urban Dictionary, something that students do, a popular study technique they do just before their test. Right, cool. Right, got out of the way. Take the glasses off. Might need to put them back on. Oh, thank you, Hannah. Hannah says it's Facebook. Hopefully, my prayer has been answered. So, what is prayer time about? It's a time of prayer, and basically, what I'm doing, I'm taking prayer requests from people, and then I'm just going to pray. I'm just going to pray out loud. I'm going to pray together. I've set up a little. I wanted to make it simple as possible. I'm gonna put the glasses on. I think they make me look a bit more intellectual, a bit more scholarly. What do you think? Um, we're in um, unknown times at the moment, and I know there's a lot of fear, anxiety, depression. Um, you put your own word in there. I've seen some messages. I will get to the messages. Please keep them coming. Like I said, prayer is a gift from God, and sometimes they're just a simple act of just getting at how you feel can help us. It can just help us, and God wants to hear it. And I just want to facilitate that. I just want to facilitate that. So all I'm doing, I've put together a little. Let's see if this works. I'll put it up. Getting a bit wizzy. I put a little form together. It's literally two questions. One is your name, which you don't have to put in, and the second one is your prayer request. So I've done a little form. You can click. Hopefully, I don't know if you can click on that little. Or not. I'll get to work it. I'll make that website look a bit more easy on the eye to follow. Go there and send it. If you want to send me a text message or something like that, then then do that. I don't really caught up at how you do it. Just let me know. You can even let me know in the chat, and then I'm gonna pray. And I know I've got people like Karim, I've got people like Hannah who will be praying as well. And like I say, I'm just a facilitator, and we'll see what happens. I'm not promising your prayer will be answered, but just sometimes the thought of someone else is praying with you, that can just bring some comfort. And sometimes when these situations come up, what else have we got to do? It's like, well, we just want to come out in hope. We just get out and we just hope the situation can get better. Prayer is not always about asking for something; it's giving thanks for something as well. So I want those as well. I want those. If you're something you've been grateful for, and I'll just give you a quick example. I've been working from home. I usually work in the office. I usually have two screens, two bigger screens I've got now. I've been reduced to one laptop with a smaller screen, and it's been frustrating. It has been frustrating. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm giving thanks to God because I have a job right now, and for the foreseeable future, it seems like my job will still be there. I'll still be able to work from home, and I know that's not the case for many people at the moment. So my dilemma with the one screen in the grand scheme of things,